First tip is getting clarity on what you need to do first. So most procrastination, it's not about you being lazy, it's just that you're confused. And I want to share with you three tips that can help you based off of this, just getting clear on what it is that you need to do. And one of the things that I like to do is plan your three top priorities the night before. So what I like to do is I like to take maybe 5 or 10 minutes before I go to bed, and then I write down the 1 to 3 tasks that are going to help me move forward in my business. So for you, what is it that you need to do tomorrow? Is it you need to follow up? Is it that you need to connect with people? You need to post more? Whatever it is, write those three things down because then when you wake up, you know exactly what it is that you need to do. The second the second tip that I want to share with you is creating a daily action list. So focus on those three items that will help you generate income, that will help you generate leads. And when we think about that, when it comes to coaching, there are three simple things that you need to be doing is constantly connecting with people, making sure that you are connecting with new people, make sure that you are connecting with people that maybe you know, whether it's asking for referrals or maybe just simply connecting because they liked your post or maybe they posted something on your video and they said that it was very helpful. And then you can follow up with them. And then also following up, making sure that you're constantly following up with these potential clients or people that have told you that they were interested in working with you because the money is in the follow up. Oftentimes we think that people just don't want to work with us and then we just give up on them and we don't follow up with them. But we're making constantly we're constantly making assumptions that are just lies and we don't even know if this person is actually going to work with us or not. The only way to find out is if you follow up. So make sure that you have a client relationship manager where you keep track of your leads, the people that you've been connecting with. If you don't have a system or a CRM that you bought, you can simply use something with a Word doc, actually a spreadsheet, and you can keep track of that. So that way you don't even have to invest money in it. But make sure that you're constantly following up and make sure that you're constantly keeping track of the people that you're connecting with. And then the next thing is that are you having enough sales conversations? Making sure that you're having enough sales conversations because through the sales conversations is where you will get the sale. If you don't have sales conversations, then you're not going to get business. And then also making sure that you're using time blocks, that you're constantly blocking off your time, making sure that you schedule specific hours to reach out to potential clients or follow up or schedule out time to have content where you create content and then also schedule out where what times are you going to have your phone calls because you have to have a block of times where you're doing all these things because these are the type of things that are going to generate clients and money. So which one of these can you use in your business? And then the second tip that I have for you is make sure that you're beating procrastination with this micro actions. Oftentimes we're in this mode of we have to have it perfect. And coaches often they procrastinate because they overthink or they want to everything to be perfect. And it could never be perfect. And if you're constantly trying to seek perfection, you will never get it and you will constantly be struggling and staying stuck. So in order for you to overcome this is breaking these tasks into tiny steps. If you're feeling overwhelmed thinking that you have to do it for an hour, then breaking it up into little pieces instead of create a video, maybe start with like what are the three talking points that I'm going to be working on today? And then just starting there, something very micro, something very simple that you can do right now. And then also setting maybe like a 10-minute timer just to get started without any pressure. And because once you begin, the momentum will take over. You will be in there for 10 minutes following up or connecting or creating that content. And then before you know it, it's 12 minutes in, 14 minutes in, 15, 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in. And then before you know it, you're being productive. And when you're being productive, you feel better, you feel more energized, you feel more motivated, which leads to more action, to better results, more belief. More belief leads to more action, more results, and more belief. So making sure that you're doing at least something where you just start for 10 minutes. And then also making sure that you're focusing on progress, not perfection. And because you have to think about done today is better than perfect someday. Oftentimes we think, oh, someday. Someday is not a day. If you're constantly living with that thought of someday, then you'll continue to stay stuck, because if you stay stuck and you continue to say someday and then you don't do it, you'll beat yourself up. You beat yourself up. That lowers your energy, that lowers your confidence. And then you take little action to no action, which leads to little result to no results. And then before you know it, you have no results. And then you say, oh, I knew this wasn't going to work. And the reason why it didn't work is because you were beating yourself up, because you were trying to be a perfectionist, and then you were procrastinating. And then because you beat yourself up, the energy went down and then you didn't take action. And then that's why you got the result you didn't desire. So it really wasn't about that it wasn't working. It's just because you weren't working, you weren't taking action because of your low energy and because you were so hard on yourself. Okay. And then the third and final tip is making sure that you create accountability and also have deadlines. It, when we have accountability in our lives, that action will thrive. And there are a few things that you can do. Let's say if you don't have a coach, you announce your goals publicly. You tell people, tell an audience or maybe a group of people that of the things that you need to get done, or get a coach that you tell them that I'm going to do this week. I'm going to take action on X. I'm going to take action on following up. I'm going to take action on making sure that I'm constantly having sales call. I'm going to make sure that I'm following up or connecting with new people. So making sure that you announce it to somebody, whether it's publicly in a coaching group or maybe you have your own coach, let your coach know what you're going to do. And then that way they can keep you accountable. And also that will make sure that you follow through. And then also setting deadlines. Give yourself a non negotiable completion date. You got to get it done by this date, and making sure that you follow through with it. And if you do follow through with it, what that does is that increases your confidence, your self esteem, because you're keeping your word to yourself. On the contrary, if you don't do it, that'll lower your confidence, that'll lower your self esteem, and then you will beat yourself up and then you won't do it anymore. So if you're the type of person that can't follow through, that can't keep your word to yourself, even though you set a deadline, then get somebody, get a coach, because by you not getting a coach, that's actually costing you money. Oftentimes people say, oh, but if I get a coach, it's going to be too much money. But what's the cost if you don't get a coach? It's probably going to cost you more money. I remember having a session with a guy who was a financial advisor and constantly procrastinating. And then he said, you know what? I can't right now. I'm gonna have to revisit it. Give me some time. I followed up with him with about in 6 months. He was still stuck. And then I asked him, hey, how much money do you think you've lost in these last 6 months because of you procrastinating? He said, oh, I don't know, like 30, $40,000. Well, that's a lot more money than what you would have invested in the coaching that would have helped you actually get that money and probably some more. Because when you have a coach, they motivate you, they inspire you to make sure that you're taking that action. So, again, are you following through? Are you setting deadlines? And are you making sure that you are doing it? And then another thing you can do, hey, if you can't hire a coach, find an accountability partner, that someone that you can share your wins with, someone that you can check your progress with, and someone that can hold where you can hold each other accountable. Maybe you can exchange accountability, because when we have accountability, accountability turns those good intentions into real results. So for you, which one of these three are you going to focus on this week? Or maybe you have something that you already do, because if you don't beat procrastination, then you're going to continue to stay stuck, and then you're going to continue to beat yourself up, and you're going to continue to just hold on to that potential. And procrastination is just pretty much fear in disguise, and the way to beat it is with clarity, consistency, and accountability. So for you, which one of these three tips will you be using today? And I would like to hear the comments. Comment below. And if you want help, like creating this structure and momentum to grow your coaching business, please call me or send me a text at 520-392-9179 for a free consultation. You can also follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn, where I provide valuable information that for you to be able to grow your coaching business. And if you like this video and you want to get more videos like this on the YouTube channel, please hit subscribe and like, and hit that bell notification so that you can get weekly videos like this. Have a great day. Peace.